After 10 years of following the same formula, Power looks set to shake things up with its new spin-off, and it could be the franchise's best show yet. With 6 successful seasons to its name, Power finally came to a close in 2020, but the story didn't end there as the universe continued to expand with 3 unique spin-offs. Each series followed a character from the main show and continued to flesh out their journeys. However, Power Book 2, Ghost and Book 4, Force's cancellation means there is only one ongoing spin-off, but a new one is on the way. Starz confirmed another prequel titled Power Origins is in the works, although no release date has been confirmed yet. The plot will focus on Ghost and Tommy during their younger years, with the story being set before the events of the original show. Although this premise could be risky, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan has already proven a prequel can work in this universe, but it isn't the project's only gamble. For the first time, a Power show will have more than one protagonist, but the end of this 10-year tradition sets up an exciting future for the crime franchise. Power Origins focusing on Ghost and Tommy can make it the best show yet. Tommy and Ghost's dynamic could help Origins rival the original Power show. Despite Power having plenty of interesting characters, the main show was always predominantly about Ghost, making him the sole protagonist before Tariq, Kanan, and Tommy became the leads of their own spin-offs. However, Power is finally going in a new direction as Origins will be about both Ghost and Tommy, with the duo sharing the spotlight. Their relationship was always one of the main highlights of the franchise, both as enemies and friends, meaning the characters teaming up once again should be amazing, especially as their past feels like it has plenty of unexplored history to uncover. Although the likelihood of new actors playing the protagonists will be hard to get used to, Tommy and Ghost are easily 2 of Power's best ever characters, meaning their younger counterparts should still excel. Origins will still have to grow its supporting cast, but audiences will instantly care about the lead characters, and exploring both their lives individually and as a collective gives the show a fresh dynamic. Therefore, if the franchise can maintain Tommy and Ghost's strong personalities and give them a high-quality narrative, their prequel could surpass the individual-based spin-offs and become one of Power's best shows. Power Origins breaking the franchise's main character tradition comes with a risk. Origins may end up relying on familiar drama and character dynamics between its protagonists. Joseph Sikora as Tommy Egan alongside Omari Hardwick as James Ghost St. Patrick on the phone in Power custom image by Milika Djordjevic. Power Origins may be full of potential, but breaking the main character tradition does put the show at risk of becoming too familiar. Whereas the other spin-offs focused on new dynamics, Ghost and Tommy's relationship was already explored heavily in the main show, and Origins may tread over old ground. While it will undoubtedly be interesting to see how they first met and got into the game, their possible tensions ultimately resulting in the duo becoming allies again is something that has been done time and time again in the main show, meaning this angle would have to be avoided instead. Ghost and Tommy would have to be on the same page for almost the entirety of the spin-off, otherwise, it could become too similar to the original Power show. Unfortunately, this leaves less room for drama and conflict, suggesting Origins will have to be extremely careful about how their relationship is handled. The idea of Tommy and Ghost scheming together again still seems way too good to fail, but the project must find a way to keep both characters relevant and faithful to the main series without repeating old storylines if it wants to truly shine. How Power Origins will be different from other shows in the franchise. The spin-off will be less reliant on new character additions. Whereas other Power shows have all focused on its large roster of characters, Origins will give Ghost and Tommy the majority of its attention. Of course, it will still have to introduce a variety of new characters to make the project memorable, but the series will likely feature younger versions of already established faces, such as Tasha, Angela, and Julio, who will all help tell the protagonist's story. On the flip side, the other shows have all had key characters outside the leads whose storylines were pivotal to driving the narrative forward. Diamond has acted almost as a secondary protagonist in Force, while Ghost and Raising Kanan have been filled with key supporting characters who have sometimes stolen the spotlight from Tariq and Kanan. However, Origins is set to be completely different, as Tommy and Ghost will likely be at the center of the action at all times. While Raising Kanan is a prequel, it still shares the same sort of stakes as Power's other shows, given there are huge question marks about who lives and who dies, unlike Origins, which will be all about relationship building and character development. Any new introductions are destined to be written out by the end of the show since they don't appear in the main series, while those that audiences recognize are guaranteed to survive. As a result, Origins won't contain any of the Power franchise's most shocking deaths, but it could include some surprising revelations that change how the original show is perceived. Despite crime and drama undoubtedly playing a big role in the spin-off, its tension and jeopardy will be completely different from anything the franchise has done before, and it could still reshape the Power universe. Power origins could still be influential on the franchise's future. Tommy and Ghost's unknown past could be pivotal to setting up Power's next shows. A collage of Audrey Esparza as Liliana, Joseph Sikora as Tommy Egan, Omari Hardwick as James Ghost St. Patrick, 50 Cent as Conan Stark, and Mary J. Blige as Monet in the Power franchise. Even though Power Origins is a prequel, it could still have massive ramifications for the franchise going forward. It may seem difficult for the spin-off to offer any major surprises, given audiences know where Ghost and Tommy end up in their adult lives, but Origins is still incredibly valuable to the Power universe. Alongside caring more about the bond between Tommy and Ghost, the show could help add even more depth to certain characters that appear in the original series, making their deaths feel even more heartbreaking after learning about their past. Additionally, Origins could flesh out the importance of Ghost's family, assuming the show gets that far into the protagonist's stories. Some dialogue about Ghost wanting Tommy to take care of his family, no matter what, would explain why Tommy was so eager to help catch Raina's killer, and it could set up a future alliance between him and Tariq. Despite Tommy having a level of resentment towards Tariq for killing Ghost, he may reflect on his oldest friend's wishes and help protect his son now that he's heavy into the drug game, which Power Book 2, Ghost's finale even teased. There could also be a scene in Origins where the protagonists discuss a contingency plan in the case of extreme danger, with Ghost mentioning faking his death. It may be a long shot, but this may